In 1 Samuel chapter 7, it shows us a story about a time in which a battle was won. But before the battle was ever won, there was something that Samuel did that was absolutely fascinating. So if you look through this, you'll see some different ways that Samuel prepared for the battle. You know, he was prepared, but in a sense of spiritual preparedness, even more so than the physical, hey, let's do some push-ups before the bad guys get here, you know. But in this particular area, I want to emphasize, this is one of my favorite stories, because it just gets me teared up every time, because I keep thinking about the things that God has done for me. So we have in 1 Samuel chapter 7, here's what we hear. Then all the people of Israel turned back to the Lord. So Samuel said to all the Israelites, if you are returning to the Lord with all your hearts, then rid yourselves of the foreign gods and the Ashtoreths, and commit yourself to the Lord and serve him only. And he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. So the Philistines were coming, they were attacking, and all of that. Then Samuel said, assemble all Israel at Mizpah, and I will intercede with the Lord for you. When they assembled at Mizpah, they drew water and poured it out before the Lord. On that day they fasted and they confessed. Fasted and confessed. We have sinned against the Lord. Now Samuel was serving as leader of Israel at Mizpah. Just a fascinating thing. So we go down. The Philistines are coming, and then it said this. This is how Samuel prepared for this upcoming battle. He offered a sacrifice. He praised God. He fasted. Scientists will tell you that whenever you fast, something amazing happens to your body. And as long as it's God-directed, and as long as it's within healthy boundaries, you know, fasting not only prepares you for using calories and nutrition more efficiently, but scientists also tell us that fasting eats away at bad cells in your body. Isn't that interesting? So that's the sciencey part of it. But I think it's important for us to understand too, when we fast, first and foremost, it triggers our body to remind us of what we need. You know, so we're sitting there, and you know, you always have those triggers in your mind. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. So at this point in time, when you are fasting, you are being triggered to remember something. And I think it's important to understand that. Well, anyway, I won't go too much into fasting, but he fasted, he prayed, he sacrificed. And then in verse 12, he says that this is what the Bible says. Then Samuel took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Shin. He named it Ebenezer, saying, thus far the Lord has helped us. So the Israelite people had gone through so much. And Samuel fasted, he prayed, he confessed, he sacrificed, and he remembered. He remembered all of the times that God has come through. And he did not forsake that memory. So he did something. He put an Ebenezer right there and said, this is a physical representation of this is how far the Lord has taken us. And in theory, if you think about it, he could have taken one more step past that Ebenezer. And then it would have been, thus far the Lord has taken us. You know, I think about our church. I think about all the things that we've gone through and all the things that God has done through us, the different ministries and the different people that have helped. Hey, we help even more people than what we see in a Sunday morning service, and that is amazing that God can do such a thing through a church of our size, and it's mind-boggling to think about that. But every day I have to think as a pastor, thus far the Lord has helped us. The ebbs, the flows, the mountains, the valleys, And it's amazing to me to think about that despite my insecurities, my insufficiencies, and us as in general as human beings, that God can take us wherever He wants. And that is such a blessing to me. So, what are some Ebenezers in your life that you have set that you can look at and say, thus far, the Lord has taken us? I would challenge you to have those things, to make sure that you have things that you have designated in your life that give you those reminders. So that's my challenge for today.